Hey guys, we're gonna... You didn't see that.
What?
In this video, we're gonna talk about what the plants look like in comparison to dirted tanks and regular style fish keeping or non-dirted tanks. So let's jump right into this. You're gonna see for yourself the difference in how the plants look, and then you be the judge. Leave a comment at the end of this video. Let me know your experience in this and tell me what your thoughts are here. God, it hurt my butt when I fell. As you can see here, this is my 10-gallon dirted sandcap tank. I do have a sponge filter in here, but look at this sword. It's a beautiful plant. It's absolutely green and lush, and it only gets its nutrients from the dirt, the soil underneath the sand. I do not add any fertilizers or liquid fertilizers to this tank. I do have a sponge filter running in there. I can take that out at this point. It's well established. I just kept it in there and haven't taken it out yet. I use those to instant cycle tanks when I need to. But looking at this comparison, these plants are vibrant green. There's not a lot of algae built up in here. But let's look at this other one. And this is the 20-gallon long I just set up not long ago. It's the other dirted sandcap tank that I have. And as you can see, again, we have water sprite in here, jungle val, a couple other different plants I can't remember the name of, some java fern, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, no algae issues. I don't have to do water changes in these tanks. I just top them off when I need to. I got a few small fish in here, 7 ember tetras, that guppy swimming around right there as you can see. But I'll move some of these plants around for you so you can just kind of maybe get a better look at them. But I'm so impressed with these dirted tanks and how well it makes these plants flourish, and no matter what plant it is, they just flourish. And they're really enjoyable to watch. They're still, they're peaceful, they're relaxing. As time goes on, I just find out more and more about these dirted tanks. You can't beat them. Now let's look at the regular plants in the regular tanks. As you can see, the 55-gallon non-dirted tank here, which has an Amazon sword in it, some jungle val, and a few other plants. As you can see, the plants are doing good, but I get algae issues in this aquarium. You can see it all over everything. I clean this stuff out and it comes right back. I got a little bit of cyanobacteria building up. Again, a problem I never have in my dirted tanks. But like I was saying, the plants look good, but they're not near as lush as the one in the dirted tanks. Let's have a look at the 20-gallon non-dirted tank. As you can see here, the plants are doing great in this tank. Beautiful, lush, but if you look, I've got a buildup of algae on things that I've got to clean out. I've got crypts in here, jungle val, Asian water ferns, water sprite, and a few other plants. I like to feed the fish a little bit to bring them out. Just show the fish while we're talking about this subject. But a lot of algae buildup in this. This looks okay because I just cleaned this stuff out when I was doing my water changes this month. Now, I don't have any issues with water quality or anything like that. My fish are good, but it's just a good look at a difference between dirted tanks and non-dirted tanks. 125-gallon non-dirted tank. Jungle val, Amazon swords, water sprite. There's some crypts in here, Asian water ferns. Again, the plants are doing pretty good. And all these other tanks that you see, like the 29 before this and this one here and the rest that I show, it's just the plants going right into the sand. Now, I do use liquid fertilizers on these tanks. I've used Aquarium Co-op's Easy Green, and now I'm doing Thrive, and Thrive does seem to do a bit of a better job. If you don't know KJE Aquatics, check him out. He's the one that told me about Thrive actually working better than Easy Green, and he was right. Check him out. He's got some good prices on his website. But as you can see here, the plants are doing good, but they're not as lush and green as the dirted tanks, and I do have algae problems in this aquarium. Let's have a look at the 10-gallon non-dirted tank. There's one female beta in here, and the only plants I have in this tank are jungle val. I started with 2, and as you can see, they traced off and made more. In the front glass, once I move my freaking head, you can see that there's algae building up on the glass in these tanks. Again, a problem I don't have in my dirted tanks. I just can't say that enough, because this is one of the differences that you're going to notice on this video, that the dirted tanks just don't have any buildup of excess nutrients, phosphates, and algae. Those dirted tanks stay at 5 ppm nitrates, and it never fluctuates, even during water changes, and it never increases. I like to put a mirror up for the beta to flare them out. It's good to flare them at least once a week or every 2 weeks. It's great for their health, but never over flare them. You don't want them doing it all the time, because that can have the opposite effect and cause issues. But that's it, guys. You get the point. I don't know how well you can actually tell a difference in this video, but like I stated in the video, if you're here in person, you can really see a major difference. That goes hand in hand with actually being here in person and having both methods of fish keeping. You can clearly see some major differences in both methods. Having the dirted tanks really keeps everything down to a minimum, as opposed to your regular style fish keeping non-dirted tanks. But I did a video on this that came out Saturday. Both ways of fish keeping works, but if you're looking for less to do, you want to keep the fish without having to do as many water changes and things to that effect. The dirted tanks might be the way for you, and as time goes on, I'm just starting to really enjoy them more and more. I'm really considering swapping over all the tanks that I can to my dirted tanks, apart from cichlids, because they just interact with the substrate too much and they'll dig up and plume up the dirt and break the sand cap seal. But that's it. Let me know what you thought of this video. Leave your comments below. I certainly appreciate your input. I always get back to all the comments, so thanks for your time. Be safe, have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next video.